guys, as usual, I'm going to be showing you the code changes I made to the website. So if I reload it, as you can see, version 5.3 comes up. This is something that I implemented due to me changing the database source structure to include my code changes. Unfortunately, glitch. When you change your database structure like that, it sort of changes policy so that you couldn't do that anymore. So unfortunately, I had to delete the database. So if you were registered with us, we had about 40 registered users. You'll have to re-register, but it doesn't take long anyway. You just literally just put register, put your user and your password, and then you'll be in the database. This will never happen again, as now I understand glitch's policy, and there's different ways to do it. So yeah, sorry for any inconvenience. Of course, as it says here, it will never happen again. Also, I'm going to delete this. So this cookie only is basically a cookie, right? So it only appeared once for each user, but now it will just appear for no one. It's been a month since the database changed, so if people haven't come back to realize it, then they probably were inactive anyway. So yeah, this will be removed, but now into the actual changes. So here's the non-signed in page, of course, as usual. If we show the new chart, yeah, the new results from that time lapse come in, and we are now only 1% behind the S&P 500, which is what we're comparing to. It was so far ahead of us here, but we are slowly closing in the back gap. 3 months in a row where we are beating the S&P 500, and long may it continue. Hopefully by December we will be above the S&P 500 again, because we started pretty well, but since then the S&P 500's taken control. But yeah, on to the code changes. So if I sign in here, as you can see, I've already re-signed in and recreated my account. There's a lot of new changes. So the biggest thing is you can set your API key here. So if you go here and I don't know, your API key was test API, you put it, then click enter. I'm not going to do that because my API is already in here. And if you put the question mark, it basically explains to you what to do. Now, if we go into my stocks now, before you had to manually go here, add each stock to your portfolio, right? But now you can just use a T212 API. Click this, set my list using my API key. It's done automatically. You view associated data, gives you all your stocks. Of course, all this is like manually inputted, and it tells you your number of stocks as well. So really cool there. But then the biggest change here is we've made this dynamic. Before it was manual, you had to input your API key, but as you can see, it does it all automatically using your API key from the database. It takes a bit of time to load, but once it loads, it's in. So this is my test key. Yeah, don't worry guys, I don't have 60k in the bank, but I'm not going to show you my real portfolio, right? So I'm just using my test key. You can see the total cash, the invested cash, the free funds, the portfolio, all with useful percentages, and then you see if you're in the green or in the red with your realized profit loss. You can also see the pie chart. So it's basically just a pie chart of what you saw before in text data. So there's free funds here, and then there's your portfolio. You can go back to the text info, and then for each stock you have the stock name, ticker name, quantity you have, the current price of the stock, your average price, like where you bought your stock. So I bought it on mobile, for example, for this one. Here I bought it on Windows, so computer. When you filled the stock, how long you've been holding it for, that's a really cool one. And then your returns on the stock. So these are your total holdings, your return with the percentage, your gain loss with the percentage, and then the FX impact. So it will dynamically do this for each stock. It doesn't matter if the stock is in US or pounds. I used a currency converter API to help me with this. So as you can see, the Shell ones are all in pounds. And yeah, it's just really handful stuff. There's no FX on this one, of course, because my main currency is GDP. And then what we fixed is this. So this is what would appear at the bottom of T212, and we just implemented this into us. So you have this really nice sort of donut or semi-pie chart. So it shows like the percentage allocation to each stock. So as you can see, because this is my practice account, that's just a proof of theory, I'm not diversified at all. You can also show the pie chart, now it works. So this is just a full pie chart with your entire portfolio, how many investments you have, and once again showing the weighting of each stock. And then down here you have like the bar chart, right? So it will show each of your stocks and like a bar chart of how many you can hover over it. This works on mobile as well. I've tested it for my real portfolio as well. That has way more stocks, and then yeah, you can just go back to the semi-donut chart. But yeah, the thing to know on this is that there's so much potential, right? We're going to implement pending transactions next. It's just a placeholder for now, it doesn't offer anything, but a lot of people on Trading 212 have been like requesting how to see what pending transactions they have, right? Like automatically, especially your sell orders, because you have to go to each individual one, and sometimes you forget that you place some sell orders. So that's why that's there. You can go back to your portfolio after this works like a tree so far. But yeah, just infinite potential with this. Now that it's in the database, it's way more secure as well. You don't have to manually put it each time you come to a thing. And then of course you can go back home. Yeah, your info will still be here because you're still logged in, and then you can log out. The really cool thing is, now that I'm not logged in, right, I don't have the API key from my database. Now that I go here, it will once again go to the old one where you have to manually input your Trading 212 key. I'm not going to do that, so it will redirect me to the homepage. But yeah, that is the website update. Unfortunately, my university starts soon, so I won't be able to grind as much as I've been grinding it. Like currently, I've made a lot of improvements, but yeah, this will still be happening. The best stocks will be updating every 15th, like the server. So right now we're 2 days away from that. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And then in another month, we'll do another review to see if we got closer or further from the S&P. But yeah, one update, guys. So many upgrades to the website. Yeah, so much potential with this, guys. It's endless possibilities.